everyone. Welcome to the Webcast for Monday, November 25th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. Visible satellite early this morning shows cloudy skies across the entire region, even the deserts, as a series of weather systems continue to affect us. And along with those clouds, there is also a good deal of rain out there, as you can see on the latest radar. However, while we're all seeing the clouds, the rain is confined mainly to central California this morning, and that's going to remain the theme for most of the next couple of days. Unsettled weather certainly is and has been the theme. Here's a recap of totals over the past 7 days. Note the scale down at the bottom. Some truly epic numbers across the northern half of the state, but a much more paltry picture down south. The rainfall overspreading the region this morning is associated with an atmospheric river that will intensify and continue to affect the region through Wednesday. As I step through the precipitation maps here, you can see how that fire hose of moisture stays aimed squarely at central California with not much to the south. As we head towards Tuesday night and Wednesday, the system will shift southward, but will weaken significantly as the moisture begins to move into Southern California. As a result, Southern California will see much less rainfall, and probably not much of anything until later in the day on Tuesday. Here's a look at the expected rainfall through Wednesday night. Note again the scale down at the bottom. And by all means, this is a solid, significant storm system for Central California. Definitely not to the level of what happened up in Northern California last week, but very respectable nonetheless. Across Central California, most foothill and mountain locations will receive an additional 2 to 6 inches of rainfall through Wednesday, and most flatter coast and valley locations will receive an additional 1 to 2 inches. But note the area of red colors across the southern Sierra, where we'll likely see rainfall amounts of 6 to 10 inches, or even locally a little higher. On the flip side, you can also see how sharply the totals cut off over Southern California. Most areas in and south of LA County will receive only a 1/4 inch or less of rainfall through Wednesday, with most of it coming via lighter showers Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday. Another thing to note is that this is a pretty warm storm system. Snow levels this morning are as low as about 6,000 feet in the Sierra, but because this atmospheric river is tapping into some warmer subtropical air, those snow levels will be rising today and will be mainly in the 7,000 to 8,000 foot range across central California through Wednesday, and will be above 8,000 feet over Southern California. Given how much liquid this storm has with it, the snow amounts in the higher terrain are going to be massive, with 5 to 10 feet or more of snow likely above 7,000 to 7,500 feet in the Sierra. But again, below that level, it'll be all rain, and there will be no snow in Southern California. Otherwise, temperatures will remain about 5 to 10 degrees below normal for most of this week, with mainly upper 50s to mid-60s in the valleys, though some warmer readings in the 70s are possible south of LA County today and Tuesday. Here are today's forecast highs. Winds will be onshore the next few days, and periods of south to west winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts to 50 miles per hour will surface across the mountain ridges and desert passes through Wednesday afternoon as this storm affects us. The forecast for late in the week is uncertain. We're going to have a weak area of cut-off low pressure develop offshore, while a ridge of high pressure begins to develop over the west coast. If that low pressure moves close enough, then scattered showers with light rainfall totals may affect Southern California from Thursday through the upcoming weekend. However, if the low is further offshore and we get more of the ridging influence, then the late week and weekend period could also remain dry with a modest warming trend as well as light offshore flow. And I tend to lean a little more in that direction right now. One last thing to note is that the snow level will be above 8,000 feet across the entire region from Thursday through the weekend as a warmer air mass aloft develops thanks to that ridge. There are strong indications that the ridge will likely last for a long duration, with warmer temperatures favored heading into December. In the meantime, however, we are of course getting significant moisture this week, with dead fuel moisture skyrocketing in most of the region, and will likely begin to see substantial increases in live fuel moisture over central California as well. However, for Southern California, while we will see moistening the next few days, we're still waiting on a true knockout punch for fire season from LA County southward. And between the little we've had so far and the little we appear likely to get, that knockout punch doesn't seem to be in the cards right now. Something to be mindful of with the likely warmer and drier weather for at least the first half of December. Nonetheless, the cool and wet weather over the next few days will ensure that there will be little to no significant fire activity this week. Most of the region is now solidly out of fire season, and the prospects of warmer and drier weather ahead could be good news for prescribed burning in Central California. But we will also continue to monitor the potential for fire activity over Southern California if we do get into a warmer and drier pattern. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Tuesday, November 26th.